Good morning, and welcome to the Soup Live Show. Any morning that I have to spend dealing with the government before I go into work is always just a crackerjack experience. Cook County real estate tax bills came out. We got them Friday. Of course, Friday got mine up from my mailbox, and of course, everything's closed until Monday. And I look at my tax bill, and the amount just about stops my heart. So I look to the right and down, and there's no homeowners exemption. I know I applied for it. So I go to the Cook County Treasurer's website, and I think that's the one that says that homeowners exemptions will be renewed automatically unless there's a sale in the previous year. And I'm going, well, then where's mine? So I go to the assessor's office, which thankfully I live near the courthouse, Cook County, and there's a line. There are forms out for all the exemptions so people can fill them up before they can get in. How many tax bills were screwed up by the exemptions being just blitzed? They not only blitzed homeowners exemptions, they blitzed senior exemptions and senior freeze exemptions. So you have all these poor old people having to shuffle in to the assessor's office to get a corrected bill. And you have some out there who won't realize it's wrong and who won't pay it. That's the shame of it. And I haven't heard anything on the news about it, so I just texted Windy City News to see if they'll do anything, say anything. It's like, people, are you freaking kidding me? You took not everyone's exemptions, but there were people way ahead of me. And the line as I left was growing longer and longer. They've gotten out the rope line, or the line rope or whatever. There's no seating out there, so you'll have to stand. We've got people in wheelchairs and living on canes because their exemptions are gone. Exemptions they've had for years and years. Exemptions they've renewed every year, faithfully, like I did. I thought I'd missed something, but no, I didn't miss anything. I know I sent mine in, and I now have a revised tax bill in my hotline name with the exemption intact. But I had to go there in person to get it. Do you get that? It's not like they'll send out corrected bills. You have to go and get it. So I took time off work, told my boss, I'll be late in the morning. I have to go to the assessor's office. And these bills were a month late. So it took them an extra month to get them this wrong. Just had elections in this county. I think we've got some big problems, don't you? Yeah, I think we've got some big problems. Amazing. It's almost like they wanted to have a sociological experiment to see how many people would really read their bill. Not just the big numbers at the top that give you a heart attack. It's almost as though they wanted people to get out of the house and come in and say hi. Let's take away their exemptions. At least we'll get to see the human beings behind the numbers. No, that's not it. It's a mere human error that affected who knows how many thousands of people. You now have to take time off work, get kids at sitters, whatever, go to the assessor's office, stand in line, wait for your number to be called. When I sat down, my number was 91 and the number being called was 61. I was surprised at how quickly they got my revised bill, though. Some people waited longer than I did. And I asked the guy, and I felt sorry for the staff because they aren't the individuals that made the mistake. I said, so what y'all do with my exemption? He said, let me see your report. And he just got to work. That's just so stupid. And even at this, it's higher than it's ever been. I kind of knew it would be, but because our taxes went up, even though the value went down, that's always a good situation. Not happy. So, yeah. So I'll be an hour late to work. Lovely. How could you? Don't they review, spot check some bills before they go out? Didn't anyone notice that a lot of people were missing their exemptions? I mean, a lot of people were missing their exemptions. The homeowner's exemption does bring the bill down quite a bit. The senior exemption brings it down further, and then the senior freeze brings it down a little bit more. Or people on fixed incomes who are seniors. In fact, some people will just pay it, not even noticing their exemption is missing, and they can go and get it fixed. So if you're in Cook County, Illinois, your tax bill just jumped by an amazing amount, check the exemptions on the right side of the bill. If you have none, but you live in at least one of the houses you pay taxes on, for that house, you should have a homeowner's exemption. If you are a senior and have had the other two senior exemptions for years, I'm sure you didn't get younger overnight. So you also need to toddle yourself over to the assessor's office and have them get your corrected bill so you don't pay all that. That is a major screw up. And I hadn't heard anything about it all weekend. I hadn't heard anything about it on the news. Nothing. Heard nothing. I'm like, people are going to pay too much because that's missing off the bill. Is that what you wanted? To get some hapless people who aren't paying attention to pay 3 times what they should? Is that what you wanted? That's so ugly. That is so ugly, dishonest, horrible. Government. I hate politics. And I know government is a necessary evil